Do you like your sports movies where the hero wins the day? He gets the girl, he conquers his opponent, and comes out on top, and everything is hunky dory and amazing and incredible. And the audience walks out cheering and hollering and hooting, and you're so happy walking out of the theater. If that's the case, good for you. I do like movies like that. If that's what you think you're getting with the Iron Claw, it's time for a reality check because that is not this movie. Let's talk about a movie that is a good one, but that's tough to watch. That's the Iron Claw. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, click on that red subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know whenever I post a new piece of content. Okay, The Iron Claw is a really difficult movie to watch. It's a very good movie, but it's also a very painful one. Writer-director Sean Durkin has clearly made a movie that's his labor of love. He gets tremendous physical, emotional performances from his actors. Holt McCallany as Fritz von Erich, the head of the von Erich wrestling family, gives a great performance as this absolutely monstrous father who cares only for success. Success that he feels like is owed to him because of his own failures. I think not just as a wrestler, but more importantly as a man and a father. I think he's a enormous piece of S and just a garbage human being, and I think the actor portrays that really well. Zac Efron gets into clearly incredible physical shape, bulks up, and really embodies his character. And he gives a tremendous performance. While Kevin Von Erich is the eldest of the brothers, Efron really gives it his all and deserves to be commended here. He has a lot to shoulder in this role. He's basically like who we see the films. He's the eyes that we see the film through, and he's really awesome here. I don't know what. I'm not sure what awards he would win for this, but he definitely deserves to be in the conversation as one of the best actors of 2023 for his performance here. Lily James, great job as his girlfriend and then wife. Jeremy Allen as Carrie, who's the Olympic athlete brother who then gets into wrestling, is awesome. But man, this is a really hard movie to review because it really is a tremendous film with great writing, great directing, great performances. But it is also just so difficult to watch. This is a movie that is about grief and pain and suffering, and are you willing to do what it takes to get to the top? I don't know if it answers that question. I think it leaves that up to the audience, right? What is the price you're willing to pay for the ultimate success? I have my answer. I would not pay the price that this movie extracts from its characters, and that ultimately is inspired by and based on a true story. But that's up to you, right? I think this is it's a good movie to watch if you want to see like people push to their most extreme. It's just a tough one, man. This movie the characters go through so much loss that I was not prepared for it. I didn't really know the story of the Von Erich wrestling family. But in reading about it, you're like, man, this family went through a ton. And yeah, I would leave that up to the viewer to judge whether it was worth the cost. So I like this movie. It is an exercise in grief and misery. So know that going into it. This is not a happy movie. This is not a happy movie at all. This movie is a downer. And that's okay, but just know that going into it. that this is not the type of movie that you would be like, hey, you want a great uplifting movie? Watch this. That ain't it, dog. Last night I was on the phone. I was on the phone with my parents, and I was like, hey, you guys should watch The Holdovers, which is my favorite movie of 2023. My mom accidentally bought The Untouchables. Sorry, Mom. Also a great movie. But then I was like, no, you bought the wrong movie. You need to watch The Holdovers. So they're gonna at some point do a double feature of The Holdovers and The Untouchables. Sorry to call you out, Mom. Both movies are tremendous. They're very different. But The Holdovers is like a great like movie that I guess you could say. I thought that was a very uplifting movie. This movie is like the complete opposite. So moral of the story, if you like sad movies, oh, this is the one for you. So thanks for watching this review. I hope you found it helpful and that you would consider subscribing to the channel. That would be amazing. I would love to at some point get to 500 so I can monetize the channel. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is the Iron Claw? Oh, and I want to mention, I forgot, Maura Tierney, who plays the mom in this, she's tremendous too. I wish she was in more stuff. I only recognize her from Liar Liar and ER, because I'm old enough to recognize people who were in ER. But yeah, great movie, tough to watch. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.